Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
What's up, everybody? Today I just wanted to make like a fun little end of the year video talking about my year, and this year you guys showed up in a big way for these videos. I amassed over 155,000 views this year, which is just wild to me. I didn't know that was possible for me in this first kind of year of YouTube. It's more like a year and 2 months for me at this point now, but I'm really thankful for all of you guys watching my videos, commenting, liking, supporting me. So thank you to everyone who's joined this journey so far. You all have really made this year really fun and special. So now I wanted to talk about some of the videos that you guys like watching this year. My third most viewed video this year was on Harvester of Sorrow. And honestly, that really surprised me a little bit. I know it's a standout track, and it's one of my favorite Metallica songs. I didn't realize that you guys would love it as much as I did. It's one of the simpler songs on Injustice for All, but I really love it for its groove and its really undeniable heaviness. This was also one of the hardest videos for me to make this year. I tried to rely more on my own guitar playing and less on the Metallica stems that I have, so I think this one was all just me with my guitar, playing all the parts. I did 3 guitar tracks for this one, to give it a nice heaviness. I can't match Hetfield's energy with 4 or 6 or 8 guitar tracks, but I like that middle ground of 3, something that he did on Ride the Lightning. But what also made it hard for me was the bridge section. It's a really tricky harmony to nail down. And it took me a good long while to get it to where I was comfortable putting it in the video. I still think I can do better now, but I'm really proud of what I did. I also really loved seeing all of your comments on the verse section. It's such a weird riff to pick out. Like, I thought I was playing it right for the longest time, and you guys agreed with me that that second F note is needed there, but then I was watching covers on YouTube, and some people were leaving that note out. I used to do like a crazy convoluted way, like I said in the video, so it was just hard to nail down what was the right way. But thank you guys for pointing out that Metallica has some recent live videos of them playing Harvester of Sorrow, with James playing it the correct way. I'm really glad I gave this song the time and attention it deserves, because it's one of my favorite songs, and I'll make sure I do it enough justice.
I see what you did there.
So my second most viewed video this year was on Ride the Lightning.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
I don't know.
Start counting.
5, 6, 7.
In 4, damn it! Look at me!
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was on the 40th anniversary. I think I got it on the exact day of the 40th anniversary, which I think helped boost the video a little bit more. I knew I was going to be making this one at the beginning of the year because I was trying to look at different anniversaries for metal albums, because I really want to try and talk about those albums on their anniversaries because it makes it a little more special. So I'm really glad I hit this one. Like I said during the video, I think it's Metallica's real debut. It's really when they came into their own and solidified their own sound with their own song structures. And I really love this album. It's really special to me. I know it's really special to you guys as well. It has some of my favorite tracks like Fade to Black. Creeping Death. And the title track. But I also really challenged myself to play tracks that I've never even attempted before, like the bridge of Trapped Under Ice. I've never even tried to play that whole song before, let alone the bridge. I didn't realize how tricky it was going to be, but I'm really glad that I nailed it down, and I'm pretty happy with the performance I gave in the video. The other fun part of this video is trying to find all the fun facts for the songs. I think it was really interesting deep diving into each song individually, finding facts that I didn't know, maybe you guys didn't know, and I thought that was really interesting, for me at least, and I think you guys find it interesting as well. So overall, this was just a really satisfying video for me to make this year, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed it a lot. And then my highest viewed video on the year was The Shortest Straw. Strikingly, the song went unplayed for 9 months, post-release of And Justice for All, making its debut on May 11th, 1990 in London, England. Surprisingly, it's only been played live 99 times. This one actually really surprised me and didn't at the same time. The Shortest Straw is a song that doesn't get a lot of love from Metallica, and I understand why, because it's a really long song, a little complicated, maybe a little boring to them, but I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it just as much as I do. This video is tied for the toughest video that I had to make this year. I really underestimated just how hard the rhythms are in this song. I even had to delay it a week or two trying to get the rhythm guitars down and tracked correctly. I had the video already shot, I had all the guitar parts played out, but I didn't actually track them correctly. And trying to get them to sound 100% to my standards was really hard. I know I could even do better now. It was still early in this guitar journey. I've been putting more focus into my guitar playing, but I'm really glad I got that video done, and I'm really proud of the guitar work that I did there. I know I could do better, but I'm really proud of it. And because of all that hard work I put into it, I kind of expected this video to be a little bit better. I don't know why, I just had a feeling that because I put in the time and the effort into the playing and to the writing, that it was gonna be a good video. So I wasn't really caught off guard that it blew up. I was really caught off guard by just how many views this video got. I didn't realize it would spark such a conversation for you guys. So I'm really glad that it did, because that's kind of the point of this channel. I wanna talk about the guitar stuff that I love, the history that I love, and also just spark debates with you guys. So I'm really glad you loved it as much as I did. So thank you to everyone that took the time to comment on that video, share the love with that video, because it really boosted the algorithm and got me to 70,000 views in one video. So now I want to talk about some of my own personal highlights from the year, talk about stuff that I really love to make, and just highlight some other videos. The first video that I wanted to talk about is my Big Four video. So firstly, we could look at Exodus. They are the first thrash band to form in 1979. They were founded by Kirk Hammett, who would later go on to play Metallica, and they still feature Gary Holt, who I think is a very important guitarist in the thrash scene. He has a very unique sound, really good guitar playing, and I think he's an icon of the scene. Like I said before, this channel is a combination of debating with history and guitar, talking about the bands that I love. So this video is like a big marriage of all those things together. I was able to play some guitar parts, debate, talk about some history. I think it's a really interesting topic, and while I stand behind my opinions 100%, these aren't serious topics. So many people come to my videos and they're like, why even debating this? I just like to. There's no seriousness to this. I like to have strong opinions about weak topics. And a lot of you guys find it fun as well, so I'm really glad you guys do too. Because it doesn't have to be serious. I don't like talking about the politics in the world or the state of the world. I like talking about silly things that don't really matter. But it does matter to me, and I think it matters to you guys as well. But at the end of the day, these are all just hypotheticals, so it doesn't really matter anyway. The next video I wanted to talk about was my video on the modern death metal bands. It was both really rewarding and really challenging at the same time. My 7-string is a really old beat up 7-string. It's just a basic ESP model, and I used it for my band back in the day, but it has not held up well. We played it in an old shitty garage in Florida, so lots of humidity. That thing's rusted to shit. It doesn't hold a tune very well. I got through some of the tracks pretty well. You might hear it a little bit out of tune in those tracks, but that's okay. And for some of them, I just had to take out one of my other guitars. I put it in drop D and played the riffs over again. Doesn't get the same punch as it would in drop A or drop B or B standard, but I think it works. But I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it, because this is a new kind of topic for the video. Most of my videos have been centered around Metallica so far, a little bit of other thrash bands like Slayer and Megadeth. So I'm really glad you guys enjoyed this one, because I want to do some more death metal videos next year. And then another video I really loved creating was the Orion video. We're set to fly to Denmark with Lars, and Cliff was nowhere to be found. But the band wasn't worried because he was probably lost in a haze of weed smoke and beer. Cliff was the backbone of the band and was always reliable, always steering them in the right direction and pushing boundaries. Lars may have been the strategist of the band, but Cliff was the heart and soul. He introduced them to new music and challenged them with innovative arrangements. It kind of opened my eyes to just how important Cliff was to the band. Like, taking a look at the whole composition, this is a song I'd never played before. And so, sitting down, learning the whole thing all the way through, it's really basic, but it really shows just how much power the song had, especially the bluesy melodic bridge section that everyone loves. It was really fun for me to play, and I'm really glad that I nailed it. I think this is one of the performances that I'm really most proud of this year. It was a really fun song to play. I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it as well. And man, was it cool just going through the song, because I could see potentially where Cliff Burton influenced the creation of that song, just the parts that he would put into it, and how that would impact the rest of the band and the rest of the music they've been making together. It was a really cool insight into Metallica's song crafting, so I really enjoyed that video. So now I wanted to respond to some of the comments you guys made throughout the year. So this first one up says, I heard James in an interview say a good show for us is when we are able to play the shortest straw without a mistake. It's probably a reason why they didn't play it so often, because it's a tough one to play. And I completely agree with that one. Like I said, that was tied for my toughest video of the year. It is a really deceptively tricky song to play, but it also gives us some really good insight into how they feel about playing it as well. So they probably just don't play it anymore, not because they don't like it, but because it's just too hard for them. I know they're finding different ways now live to try and keep the same energy up, but make it a little bit easier for themselves. This one really made me laugh. It was on, I think, either my most recent Master of Puppets tone video or my most recent And Justice for All tone video. But it says, what a waste of time, gear, and money. Metallica suck. You, my friend, that made me laugh. I don't know why you're on my channel, especially because 80%, 90% of my videos are Metallica related already. So I don't know how the hell you found me. Thank you for that dumb fucking comment. That's just stupid. So this next comment is really funny to me. Sticks to my wife's craw a little bit, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's hard because Metallica is so varied. They have super heavy and very soft. Your wife is very interesting, very blunt. She needs to mellow out a bit and not be so judgmental. Nothing Else Matters is the favorite song for non-metal fans. She wants to like heavy rock and metal, but can't let herself as she thinks it's evil. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing. My wife does not enjoy metal, not because it's evil, but because she doesn't like the sound. Us metalheads get like an enjoyment out of really loud, chaotic sounds, and some people don't, and that's just her. And I think that's fine. I love her blunt opinions. I think it makes for funny videos when she gives me blunt opinions like that, and she'll do it to me all the time. And honestly, it's good to hear sometimes. You need someone to be blunt with you. Maybe not about everything in life, but I think it works for the videos really well. And I don't take any offense to it, because I know she doesn't like metal music, but she tries. And I think it's funny putting her in videos like that. So if you guys enjoy videos like that, I'd like to make more videos where we show her more music, maybe some death metal, maybe some more metalcore, deathcore, just fun stuff. But again, it's just her opinions. She's not a music authority, and she is starting to like a little more metal music. She likes The Day to Remember, maybe bands that you guys don't like, but I really love those bands, and she's starting to like some of that stuff too. So she is trying, just not to the level that you guys might want her to, but that's okay. So this other comment from that video made me laugh a lot. It said, I feel bad for her. And friend, I don't know why you feel bad for her. She's got a husband that loves her and takes care of her, so I don't know what you want, but I don't feel bad for her. I'm grateful for her, so I'm glad she's in my life, and I'm sorry that you do. I don't know. So this next comment came from my Big 4 video. It says, can't believe people are still debating this. Well, friend, that is my channel. We debate stupid shit because that's what I like to do. I like to talk about the history of the bands that I love. I like to talk about the guitar stuff, and I love talking about dumb hypotheticals in the music scene. So if you don't enjoy that, I'm sorry. Just skip those kind of videos, but I love making them. I think you guys do too. So this last comment is going to be a video I'm going to make very soon. Disagree. Dave Mustaine still wrote most of that music. Master Puppets was their debut. They wrote out his coattails. I think that's 100% wrong. Dave Mustaine did not write most of the stuff on Ride the Lightning. I don't know what the fuck you're smoking, but I'm going to make a video on this soon, so stay tuned. So now I want to talk about some of the stuff that surprised me this year. The 2 videos I made debating Metallica albums head to head was one of the most fun and most surprising videos I made this year. It's really fun for me. Like I said a bunch of times during this video, I like talking out dumb hypotheticals. I'm really glad that you guys enjoy debating those dumb hypotheticals with me. They're dumb, they're silly, they're fun, they're not serious. I don't make serious content. I stand behind my opinions, and I love talking about the history of the bands, but this isn't serious life or death shit here. This is stuff to escape from the real world, talk about some of the bands that we love, and have a good time. And I think I'm achieving that. And if you enjoy those videos, thank you. And if you don't, you can just skip them. I'm just really surprised about how irritated some people became with me. And I'm also really surprised about how much people love those videos. So thank you. And then the other video that really surprised me this year was my Lamb of God video on the 20th anniversary of Ashes of the Wake. It was really hard for me to make, really fun for me to make, and also really surprising. It's fun because Lamb of God is my second favorite metal band, and they're just as important to me as Metallica. They influenced my songwriting, my philosophy towards songwriting, and my listening every day. I listen to them all the time, constantly. I really loved looking at the history of that album, finding the facts, seeing what they did, and how it affected their legacy. The guitar parts were extremely hard for me. This is some new territory that I'm trying to get into, trying to level up my guitar playing. So it took me like a month to get lay the rest down, but I'm really proud of the riffs that I was able to lay down for that video, because all the guitar tracks were 100% me, and I just used the drumming from the album. So I'm really proud of what I achieved there, knowing that I could do it and I can get to that level. But what really surprised me was that it didn't perform as well. But hey, that's the YouTube business. Sometimes you just don't make the right title, the right thumbnail, anything, and just people don't click on it. But if you enjoy Lamb of God, or you enjoy those type of videos that I make, looking at the history of stuff, please go check that video out. I put a lot of hard work into it, and it means a lot to me. But hey, if you don't, that's okay. That's the YouTube business. Sometimes videos just don't do as well as others, and that's okay. I'm not mad about it. So lastly, I want to talk about what's coming in 2025. The Metallica content's not going to go anywhere. They are my favorite band, and I still want to hold myself to the promise that I made myself as a teenager, covering every Metallica songs from the first 5 albums. And it's still my goal now. I want to cover all the songs from the first 5 albums. And I also want to talk about the other albums that they've made. Like I already made one for Load. I maybe want to make a video for Reload. Definitely want to do Unstained Anger, Death Magnetics, one of my favorite albums, and the last 2. So if you like Metallica content, that's definitely coming. But I want to go beyond Metallica. I want to look at some more thrash bands. I really love Slayer. Get some more Megadeth and important Rust in Peace anniversaries this year. And maybe talk about Anthrax, Exodus, and some more modern bands. I love Warbringer and Evil. They are 2 of my favorite bands, and they also influence my writing a lot. Also talk about like Havoc or Power Trip or any other cool bands that I want to talk about from the thrash scene. Then I also want to branch further out of the thrash scene. I want to do some more Lamb of God videos. Like I said, they're very important to me, so I want to make some more videos on them and the music that they create, and I want to branch further beyond that. Like the death metal video did pretty well for me, considering I thought my whole audience only wanted to see Metallica videos, so I want to dive deeper into the death metal bands that I talk about there. I want to make videos on Gatecreeper, Frozen Soul, 200 Stab Wounds, maybe look at like Undeath, Fuming Mouth, Cannibal Corpse, like the old bands, Obituary, Autopsy, Entombed, Swedish death metal, melodic death metal, shit like that, because I think it'd be really fun. And then the last genre that I've not touched on, that is just as important to me as thrash, is metalcore. I really love the early metalcore scene. Bands like Trivium, Parkway Drive, August Burns Red, Bullet for My Valentine, shit like that. I want to get into the melodic metalcore, the early shit, the stuff that's really heavy, but also really melodic. But if you give the instrumentals a chance, I think you might enjoy those, because a lot of the instrumental stuff from the early days was really, obviously, very metal inspired, really good shit. It's just had some clean singing that I know that a lot of people did not like. But those bands are just as important to me as Metallica and Lamb of God, and I'm going to talk about them as well. So for the next year, it's still just going to be stuff about the bands that we love, the histories behind their albums, and guitar shit, because that's what this whole channel is about. As you guys also know, I have a Patreon where I have HX Stomp Tones. I want to make some more of those, but I also want to focus more on creating a Patreon that you guys would want to support, because it would be really nice to turn this into a business where I can make some money and further expand my production, make cooler shit, make better stuff that you guys would enjoy. So over the next year, I want to start looking at a Patreon. I got some ideas in the works, maybe some Metallica guitar lessons. I just want to bring you guys some value so that if you guys support me monetarily, you guys are getting something out of it. But I wanted to get it out that I'm going to be getting a Patreon in the next year, hopefully by next year, so that you guys can, if for those who want to support me, you guys can, and hopefully you get some monetary value out of it. And then that leads me to some songwriting. I had some ideas that I don't know if you guys would enjoy, so let me know if you guys do, but I want to maybe write a song that sounds like Metallica and break down what they would do in a song, and then write a whole song using that kind of formula, and then putting it online for you guys to listen to. Maybe on Spotify or something, putting it in the video obviously, but writing songs in the style of bands, so like Metallica, Slayer, Trivium, Lamb of God, Cannibal Corpse, shit like that. Just writing in the style of my favorite bands and releasing it on the internet. I think that'd be fun. And then I also want to release some of my own music. I have like a one-man band kind of thing. Maybe I'll definitely need to get a vocalist because I'm not a vocalist, but I have some ideas for my own original music that I want to release as well. So if you guys are interested in that kind of shit, maybe some more behind-the-scenes songwriting stuff, I can make videos on that as well. And then lastly, I'll be moving in 2025, so hopefully I'll get my own dedicated office space. I want to up the production, make the videos look a little bit better, make the background look a little bit better, just to make better content for you guys. So like I said, for the content for next year, you can expect more about the bands that I love, talking about the histories about the bands, the albums that we love, and just songs, breakdowns, stuff like that. I'm going to try and keep everything tied between bands, history, and the guitar work, because I think that's what you guys enjoy the most about my channel. So thank you for an amazing 2024. I did not think that I'd be getting 155,000 views in this year, getting monetized this year, and getting almost 2,000 subscribers this year. So thank you from the bottom of my heart if you have supported me this year, if you bought anything for Patreon, if you liked a video, if you commented on a video, if you just enjoyed watching a video, thank you guys. So now, if you enjoyed this video, like I said earlier, I want you to check out that Lamb of God video. I put a lot of work into it. It's a band that means a lot to me, and if you enjoy any of my content, I think you'll enjoy that one. If you stuck with me this far, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making this a great year. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.